Hello and welcome to World of Tanks with me, Cricketwes, and today I'm on the patch 9.10 test server again, and today I'm going to be doing a review of the tier 6 Japanese heavy, the OI, or the O1, but I'm pretty sure it's the OI. Now let's get started with the armour of the thing, because that's mainly what the new Japanese heavies are about. So front of the tank is 150mm, same as the turret. Side of the tank 70mm, and the rear 150. Turret armor 150mm all round. But I don't know whether these little mini turrets are weak spots or not, because unfortunately Tank Inspector hasn't updated to patch 9.10 yet, so you can't get like the different colours out of armor, which is why I'm doing this on the test server rather than in Tank Inspector. But I'm not sure about those. They might be weak spots, but I simply don't know. Another thing about the armor is it's very flat. It's basically a box, as I said in the preview. It's like Volvo designed them with boxes everywhere, and it's even got a mini turret on the back as well. So yeah, I don't know whether they're weak spots, but I'm sure we'll find out. Guns, moving on to the guns. You've got a choice of two guns. You've got a very nice 100mm gun at tier 6, 175mm of penetration, 300 average damage with armor piercing, rate of fire of 5.41 round per minute, so it's just over 10 seconds, I believe, if my maths is correct. But most people won't be using that gun because you get this gun, 15cm howitzer, type 96. This is going to be, this tank, the OI, is basically going to be another KV2, but I would probably say better than a KV2 because it has the armour to withstand hits from big guns. This 15cm gun has 121 penetration with armour piercing, 150 average damage with not average damage, average penetration with heat, and both of those do an average damage of 700. So standard derp gun. But the HE 75mm penetration, I think that's round about the same penetration that you get on the KV2, and 910 average damage, which is also pretty similar, if not the same, as a KV2. Rate of fire of 2.4 seconds, so it is a little bit slower to reload than the KV2. More accurate though, 0.58 compared to the KV2's 0.6, I think, and a 3.7 second aim time compared to the KV2's 4 seconds, I think. But either way, this thing is going to just be derping around the battlefield like a KV2 does, and yeah, most people are going to be choosing to use this gun instead of the 100mm. I haven't played this tank with the 100mm, to be honest. I've played it with the derp gun. I played a couple of games in it. One went a lot better than the other, which is the replay that I have for you today, which will be coming up soon. Soft stats: hit points 970, which is quite a large amount for a tier 6 heavy tank, but then what would you expect when it weighs 152 tons? This thing is heavier than the tier 8 KV4, which is renowned for its weight and ramming capability. I haven't managed to ram anything in this because I haven't got any hilly maps. Really, 1200 horsepower on the engine, giving this 152 ton tank top speed of 29.4 kilometers, which is slower than a KV2, but it's probably fast enough for a heavy tank. Traverse is 22 degrees, not great, but then again it does weigh 152 tons. So yeah, turret traverse 20 degrees, again not great. View range 370, that's okay for a tier 6 heavy. In fact, it's pretty good for a tier 6, to be honest. So if you fit even ventilation or get the crew up to 100%, give them situational awareness and recon, or even just binoculars on this. And a signal range of 425 meters, which is not great, to be honest. Tier 6 radio, most tier 6 tanks have high tier radios, but not many people care about the radio, to be honest. Loadout, which I've gone for 2 rounds of AP, 6 rounds of heat, 52 high explosive, Might not even bother with AP, I haven't fired any of it yet in the couple of games that I've played this. And equipment loadout, I've gone for ventilation class 3, you will note, which is 600,000 credits, which is quite a lot. Then it is a pretty big tank. Super heavy spore liner, which is 750,000 credits. I've gone for this purely because to try and take as much damage, try and absorb as much damage, I suppose you'd say, from artillery and other derp guns, because this isn't a small tank, so artillery are going to have quite a high chance of hitting you. So I've gone for that, and also a gun rammer, large caliber tank gun rammer, which is 500,000. You might want to swap out either the spore liner or the ventilation for a gun lane drive or binoculars, as I mentioned earlier. But equipment on this will be very expensive. If you're rather new to this game, which most tier 6 drivers, let's face it, are, they've probably got less than 2,000 battles, then yeah, you might not be able to afford any of this equipment, or maybe one. But yeah, most of it is quite expensive. So yeah, that's pretty much that. Crew skills, not many, just go for standard repairs, and then once when they've all got up to 100%, Commander 6th Sense, Gunner, maybe either, probably not Deadeye, because that is only for AP, APCR and heat, not high explosive. I'd probably go Snapshot or Designated Target on the Gunner. Oh god, just switch to the OHO. But the rest mainly just keep as repairs, just repairs until, that's the UI experimental. I don't know what I'm doing. But yeah, just stick with repairs until you can train them up for better skills. So with that in mind, let's get on to the replay. And this replay isn't actually a replay, because I had a game ready and waiting for this video, but for some reason the test server doesn't want to play replays. But that loading screen you saw there, that is all new for patch 9.10, and I do sort of prefer it. They in the first update of patch 9.10, they had you know those little like tips at the bottom of the loading bar. They had pictures of that, which, well, they were just taking up unwanted space, really. But anyway, yeah, this is the OI on Siegfried Line. I was trying to get a good game to show you, but unfortunately I couldn't really do that, because late at night on the test server, not many people are really playing tier 6 tanks. They're all playing like tier 8 and above, really, which is why both of these games, if not free, are just replays of me showing you what the OI with the derp gun can do. So I'm heading on to the middle of Siegfried Line. I'm recording this on Movie Maker, so I've got a smaller screen than usual, so I might not be able to see all of the tanks' names, but CDC goes by, and this gun absolutely loves thinly armoured tanks. Even at tier 8, 5100 CDCs, Borsigs especially, and even the new tier 8 German tank destroyer, the Canonian Jagdpanzer. Getting a cheeky little shot to the 5100 there for about 270 thereabouts. But yeah, the Canonian Jagdpanzer, that has about 30 mils frontal armour. Basically, it's a tank destroyer version of the RU-251, the Scout. Side of the OHO, I've got a green penetration marker, but it doesn't pen, 384, and yeah, there's the armour working out very nicely. That OHO, I would think, has the top gun. I'd be surprised if he didn't on the test server. But yeah, I just bounced a 100mm shell, or thereabouts, which had 215 pen. And this thing's got 150 mils frontal armour. That shot, sort of unlucky to pen, but it was straight into the tracks of the CDC, so only 300 damage there. But if you front onto CDCs or even get their turret, then this gun probably should pen 75 mils HE pen, and even 120 or so AP pen. Now I'm a bit cautious of going out after this OHO because of that Canonian Jagdpanzer there. and this thing only has 70 mils side armour. So this thing can pen itself from the side, but not from the front or rear, which is a bit odd. And even if you angle it a bit on the side, then well, I don't really know why I didn't take that shot there, because that shot might have penned. It probably wouldn't have done, because tracks and spaced armour and that. But yeah, I'm angling the rear of the tank because it's the same thickness as the front of the tank, 150mm. But it's the test server, and that is an AMX CDC, so that's got more than a good enough gun to penetrate me. And can't quite get the gun reloaded in time. Also hits the gun, and the T28 can't finish me off. So there's a little quick replay / game of what the OI can do. And here is the second game I have lined up for you today. Slightly different this time. Tier 7 match on Fisherman's Bay. Only 7v7. This because that's what the test server does. Because most people on the test server, let's face it, they aren't really testing tanks. They're just driving about in tier 8, 9 and 10s, just herpaderfing with gold ammunition. So yeah, sometimes the test server puts you in 7v7 or sometimes 10v10 matches. Which I don't mind, they're usually quicker, and you still get to see some of what the tank can do. Still the derp gun on the OI, because I haven't really played it with 100mm at all, just because the derp gun is just fun. And it is a shame that I couldn't get that replay I had lined up for you to work. Well, I had two replays lined up for you actually. One was on Highway, I think the map was, and we lost the game, but that doesn't matter because I did about 2,000 damage with the derp gun. Penned a KV2 for full health, which is very nice, which this gun can do if it gets even a slightly above average pen roll, even like 78mm pen roll, then yeah, easy peasy. Turret of the KV2 is 75mm, so is the hull. 860 health, 910 average damage, yeah, easy. And then the other game I had lined up for you was on Westfield, the one with the big broken bridge in the middle. I can't remember the name. I think it's Westfield. And yeah, I penned the side of the 5100 for 700 damage thereabouts, and the Borsig for about 650. Both killing shots, otherwise I would have done a lot more damage. But that game was quite fun. So yeah, meanwhile, in this game I can't speed up the replay because it's a live recording, or was a live recording. I'm not recording it live now. I'm just narrating it on Movie Maker. Yeah, most of the enemy team has gone to the middle, easily 5 tanks there, if I can just about make it out on the minimap. 4 or 5 tanks in the middle. I'm hoping to get a shot on that Panther, knock off almost all of his health. Actually this gun, it's still better than a KV2, but it's still a big derp gun, so it's not that good. And the shot goes into the roof of the house there. And the enemy OI, he probably doesn't get the idea of this gun, because that was a heat shell, which only has 150mm pen, and this has 150mm frontal armour. So you need to get lucky with the penetration rolls. And he's obviously seen me looking at him, and 252 damage with high explosive. He might have a spore liner on, or that's just the raw thickness of this tank's armour, because it can soak up a lot of high explosive damage, especially with a spore liner, which is what I have fitted. But I didn't need that in this match because that OI was spamming all the heat. And in the side, he might have been able to one-shot kill me. This shot coming up there, that could have penetrated my side with high explosive and maybe even killed me in one shot. But it didn't, because he's firing heat, and that shot actually hit my gun. And it didn't even damage it or knock it out in any way, which is a bit odd. I know that that OI is going to be reloaded soon, so I angle the rear of the tank because it makes no difference whatsoever. It's still the same thickness as the front. And you'd think I learnt my lessons from taking fully aimed shots against that Lux earlier, but that one actually does hit the target. And then there's that OI with, I think that still might have been a heat shell, but he's obviously seen how much health I'm on. He's switched to high explosive, So I'm just going to reload, hopefully try and finish off this guy if I can. No, left him on, I don't know how much health, but less than 100, easily less than 100. And yeah, that pretty much finishes the game off. The T-34 one is coming in now, but the OI with high explosive this time finishes me off. So I hope you enjoyed that little mini review of the Japanese Tier 7 Heavy EOI. I was planning to get a another game recorded, but unfortunately players on the test server and me don't go too well together. So yeah, that's it for now. I'll be back soon with hopefully more test server footage of the Oni, the Japanese Tier 7 Heavy, as well as all the others. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.